Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you 5 of my best tips for tomorrow's racing. Now before we get stuck into those, I just got a couple of apologies to make. First of all, for not uploading a video over the last couple of days. I was busy working at Sky Sports Racing today, and also as well on Sunday. I just didn't have the time to do it. I did say on Twitter that there wouldn't be a video until Monday night. So if you ever want any updates where you can't get updates on YouTube, just go over there. You can follow my handle. It's at LuckyLoader15. The handle is in the description box below. And you just follow me on Twitter. If I've gone missing for a couple of days, there's normally an explanation on there why I'm not doing any videos. Also as well, secondly, I want to apologise for our results on Saturday. Now, if you'd only been following me that particular day, I really apologise. That was the worst day we've had in a very long time. We had nothing run at all well for us, nothing finished very close to the places, or if I recommended them to win, they didn't win. It was just very, very disappointing. We pretty much didn't get a run for our money in the majority of our races. Zoffarelli came second at Newmarket with our first tip. He ran okay. Also as well, Ventura Rebel fought for a long way. Looked like he could get into the race, but he was disappointing. Sword Beach, yeah, just wasn't good enough on the day. You know, and it was just very, very frustrating. And it's the way it goes sometimes. You can have some good days followed by some bad days. Overall, the month of August has been good to us. We've had another profitable month, and I'll take that considering I was off in Devon for a week, so I didn't make any videos. I think it was for about 10 days in a row. So yeah, I didn't do as many vlogs as I normally would like to do, and I will be doing more in September. So we'll be hopefully resuming back to normal service. I might have 1 or 2 weekends where I might be a little bit busy, but on the whole, we should be back to normal, and I'll keep the full profit and loss in the description box below. Overall, since the 1st of June, since we recorded it on British Racing, our profit figures are alright. They're healthy. We've had a profitable June, July and now August, and fingers crossed we can take that form into September. But enough of me waffling on there. Let's get into the tips, what you all want to hear. And we're going to be starting tomorrow in the 2 o'clock at Ripon with my next best, with a horse called El Picador for Franny Norton and Keith Dalglish. You can currently back him at 4-1 at the moment. Now, I actually backed this horse last time out, and he went into my notebook straight away, and he probably, to be fair, would have gone into a lot of other people's notebooks. He was travelling really well at Beverley. He was against the inside, and he looked pretty comfortable. But then when he was just about to come and make his move under Joe Fannin, who was booked that day, he just got squeezed for a little bit of room, and he wasn't given a particularly hard time after that. And if you actually go back and watch the race replay, I'll urge anyone, if you can get access to it, to go back and watch it. He actually stayed on really strongly in the last half furlong or so, suggesting that he was coming into a bit of form. Now, he's shown a little bit of glimmers of form so far this season. He's had a couple of third place efforts at Pontefract, and also as well at Beverley before that unlucky run at Beverley last time. So he'd been running well, and actually the handicapper had just eased him a couple of pounds, now down to a mark of 73, and I think that's very workable. Now this horse, he was previously with Sir Michael Stout before moving to Keith Dalglish's, and Keith Dalglish is a very hard stable to sometimes get right, but I do think this El Picador now is just starting to come to the fore, and some of Keith Dalglish's horses have just been running a little bit better of late. They've been pretty much out of form for most of the summer, but in the last couple of weeks it's stable. I think I've just started to turn a little bit, so I think El Picador tomorrow, you can currently back him at 4-1. Sorry about the sneeze there. Yeah, if you can currently back El Picador, he's round about 4-1. I think that's a fair price to be taken there. But I'd only probably want to recommend him for the win. It's either win or bust for me there. But I think his run last time was very eye-catching, and I think he probably should have won that day, or he should have at least been a lot closer, fighting it out for the win. And I think tomorrow, if he gets the breaks, he is a dangerous player. So he is going to be my next best. We then stay at Ripon for the 3:30, when I'm going with a horse here called Pythagoras for Sylvester de Souza and Richard Fahey. Both do quite well together. They're one of those combinations that actually go under the radar a little bit. I think they operate at 26% they've got 26% strike rate in the last 5 seasons, so they tend to do well when they team up together. And this horse has shown quite a bit of ability so far, finishing second at Ayr on debut behind a horse of Sir Michael Stout's called Chase the Dollar. And then he went on to Beverley last time out, and he was a very comfortable winner that day. And Andrea Zany was but now he's Bisophony out of the Galileo mare, and he should appreciate the cut in the ground that should be still at Ripon tomorrow. It was described soft earlier before racing today, and it probably is dried out a little bit, but it'll still probably be a little bit on the soft side. And he's currently at 6-4, making his nursery debut tomorrow off a mark of 77. And I think that's a fair bit of value there. I think he's the one they've all got to beat, and I would expect him to have a little bit more improvement to come. So for me, Pythagoras, he's not original, but I think at 6-4 he could take the world a beat in that race. We then go to my long shot in the 3:45 at Kempton. Now I'm going to go with a horse here called Corazon Espinado. I hope I pronounced that right, for Simon Dow and Luke Morris. Now this horse, now, if you look at his last run, you're definitely going to have to forgive him for that, and I can. He's currently 28-1 with bookmakers at the moment, and you get that 4 places with Sky Bet each way, and I think that's a ludicrous price if you go back through some of his form. Now, if we actually do go back through his form, he's, in my opinion, he's more of an all-weather specialist. He's got a good record at Kempton. He's a previous course and distance winner. He ran really well in the London Mile Series final at Kempton a couple of years ago at massive price. I remember actually putting him up that day. I think Hayley Turner was riding him quite a bit then. But if you go back through some of his form, he's now down to a mark of 82, and he's actually been running off higher marks than this. And I think he's starting to become well handicapped now. He's had a little bit of a break as well, away from the track, just to refreshen things up. He finished third last year after a similar kind of campaign where he raced on the turf a few times. He ran okay, had a couple of stinkers next to his 9, went away, got refreshed, and then he hit the track, and then he had a good campaign on the all-weather last year. And I just think the same route might be applied this year with him. He showed a little bit of ability. He finished 5th at Lingfield, which wasn't a bad run. Even the 8th place at Epsom, he wasn't beaten that far where he normally runs well. But yeah, last time, just forgive him that run. And Simon Dow as well, he's a yard that normally tends to do quite well in patches, and they normally go through a rich vein of form, and he had a winner the other day of the amateur race at Goodwood. So his yard had maybe just come into a bit of form. Also as well, the way this horse likes to race, he's normally quite a prominent racer. The current description for tomorrow on the all-weather is standard to slow, so it might just be riding on the slow side tomorrow at Kempton. And at 28-1, I just think he's a massive price, and he could be very dangerous and could be underestimated. So for me, at 28-1, he's going to be my long shot tomorrow. He's done me a few favours down the years, and I'm hoping he can do me another one there. We then go to my extra tip. This is my first of my 2 extra tips tomorrow in the 4:35 at Ripon with a horse called Reassurance for Ella McCain, claim in 7, and Julia Brooke is the trainer of this horse. Now this horse has recently moved stables from Tim Easterby to Julia Brooke, and you can currently back the horse at 7-1, and I'm going to recommend an each way bet here. Now it is quite maybe baffling why he has moved, who knows, not sure exactly why, but because he was actually just showing a little bit of form, and this race tomorrow is actually quite weak in my opinion at Ripon. There's a lot of really low grade horses in here, and Reassurance, he's been running all right of late. He finished 3rd at Beverley not so long ago. He also as well had a good run at Beverley in a higher class of handicap a couple of starts ago too, which is actually a race that worked out quite well behind David O'Meara's horse. I think it's Stanoffic, I think that's the name of the horse. But he had some good form next to his name already this season, and he's going to another yard tomorrow. Oh, he's running for another yard tomorrow, I should say. And he's going to have Ella McCain as well, taking a handy £7 off the horse's back. This horse currently has a mark of 60, and with that £7, in essence, he's going to be running off a mark of 53. And I think he's very dangerous off the mark. He's a horse who likes to be prominent, and that can often pay to suit a Ripon as well. It can be sometimes a front runner's track or a prominent racer's track. And I just think there's a lot to like about his chances tomorrow. And at 7-1, in what looks a weak affair on paper, I'm going to give him a chance. We then go to Hamilton for my only selection of the day, for the last race there, in fact, in the 7:45. And I'm going to go with a horse here called True Believer for Joe Fanning and Mark Johnston. Now, I think the key to this horse tomorrow is going to be running on the testing ground. Now, she's yet to have had testing ground so far in her career. You can currently back her at 7 to 1, and I'm going to recommend an each way bet. Now, this horse, you're going to have to forgive her last time out for running an absolute stinker at Doncaster. She was from the front early on, and she faded away very tamely. But before that, she had shown some ability. She had a good second place at Doncaster, and also as well a third place effort as well. So she had been running okay, and like I said, this is going to be the first time tomorrow she's had a bit of juice in the ground for her. She's actually by a new sire called Make Believe, who's not been around too long, and lots of his best form came with plenty of juice in the ground. Also as well on the dam side, related to Lorman, he handled the testing conditions too. So I just think that this horse has been running maybe on the wrong kind of ground, and off a mark of 73 with the 3-year-old allowance could maybe just be a bit of a forgotten horse. Mark Johnson always does well normally with his runners at Hamilton, and it's just the kind of Mark Johnson horse that might have blown up last time, comes back into form this time. And I just think, like I said, running on this surface just could be the key to her tomorrow. So for me, that's going to be my extra tip, and fingers crossed we can have a good day. So if you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button for more videos here on my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Twitter as well, where my handle is @LuckyLoader15. And if you want to find out a little bit more about myself, go to my website, which is www.chrisloaderracing.co.uk for a full portfolio of my work. So please gamble responsibly. Hopefully we can have some winners tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.